Talking to Mary Watson from Carnlough Community Association. My name's Aidan Campbell and I work for Rural Community Network. Mary, could I just ask you to introduce yourself?
As Aidan said, I'm Mary Watson and I'm Secretary of Carnlough Community Association. The association began in 2005 and I think I've been a member for about 15 years. So we look at the wider issues of living in a rural community through the Rural Residents Forum, and that would cover all kinds of things from housing to transport to communication.
And Mary, what would you say are the main housing issues for rural people in Carnlough?
I think there's two ends of the spectrum here.
Okay.
Young people, there's nothing really for young people. I think there's a small block of single bedroom flats, which are very, very tiny and not at all popular. But apart from that, there's nothing really for young people who tend to stay at home with their parents or move out to Belfast either for jobs or university. So that's a problem. And also at the other end, there's nothing in between older folk living on their own and moving into residential accommodation. And really, we could do with something sheltered housing, a fold, that type of thing in the middle to bridge that gap.
What do you say then the effects of that those housing issues are having on Carnlough as a rural village?
Certainly for the younger folk, we see an exodus of younger people. Sometimes they come back later on when they establish a career, have their own transport, and maybe have their own families. And at that point, they might be in a position to rent or buy a larger property. Anything that is two bedroomed, one bedroom, two bedroom, of which is very little, is snapped up straight away. So there's always a cry for more housing of that nature. The private rentals would be snapped up straight away, and houses in the older part of the village sometimes are just not suitable for family living.